Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today we're going to talk about authors. We are going to talk about authors who I own the most of in my collection. It's no secret that I'm a book collector. At this point, it's not even, I'm a reader and I have a lot of books. No, I have a lot of books. So I thought it would be fun to share some of the authors that I tend to collect a lot of. And these are all authors that I have read from before and I love, which is why I keep buying their books. These are authors that I very possibly could want to own everything that they write. Maybe, we'll see. And as I was compiling this list, it was fun to kind of go through my inventory and just kind of see some of them were surprising. Like, oh, I don't know that I would have put this person on my list. But as I kind of made this list, I realized that it's basically authors that I own 10 or more books from. That was kind of like a good cutoff for me. So if I own 10 books or more, they are on this list. This list includes books that I have read and ones that I have not read yet. So it's going to include everything that I personally have in my house by these authors. Okay, we'll go from lowest to highest. Some of them have the same amount of numbers, but one author that I own 10 books from is Marissa Meyer. She wrote the Lunar Chronicles, which I have read and absolutely loved. I binged that series. I thought it was great. Those are the sci-fi Disney princess retellings, basically. The first one is Cinder, which is a Cinderella retelling where Cinderella is a cyborg. And there's more after that. And loved that series. She also wrote a trilogy, and the first one is called Renegades, and then there's two more after that. I have read Renegades, haven't read the other two yet. She also wrote Heartless, which was a Queen of Hearts retelling, and then I really want to read Gilded, which is a Rumpelstiltskin, and then I believe there's a sequel as well. So I want to get definitely more into Marissa Meyer's writing, but what I have read of her so far, I have really, really loved and enjoyed. So that's why I keep collecting her books. Okay, the next number is 11. So there are quite a few authors that I own 11 of their books. And there's 4 of them, which was surprising. I was like, oh, these all have equal amounts. Okay, the first one is Robert Jordan. Now, this is because I have started collecting the Wheel of Time series. However, I have not read a single one yet. I was getting them when they were super cheap on Book Outlet. So that's where I got in trouble with starting to collect these books, because I would get them for super cheap. And I'm like, why not? Now, I only have the first 11. There are more. And the later ones, I have all the ones that are written just by him. I have not started in on the ones that were actually written by Brandon Sanderson, because Brandon Sanderson took over that series after Robert Jordan passed away. Which is kind of a good segue into another author that I have 11 books from is Brandon Sanderson. And I'm definitely collecting his Cosmere books for sure, because I want to read them all. I have already started working on that world and kind of going through the reading order that I found online that I want to, dive into this world that Brandon Sanderson has created. But I have been collecting them. And I also have Trust of the Emerald Sea, because I bought into the Kickstarter that he did for those. So I do have that one as well. And I just really want to go all in with Brandon Sanderson for sure. So I do have 11 of his books. Now that's a little bit of a crossover as well. I don't own the other Wheel of Time books written by him yet, but of his that he has written by himself, just him, that's under his name, is 11. Another author that I own 11 books from is Claire Legrand, and I have absolutely loved every book that Claire Legrand has written that I have read so far. I do have a few that I still need to read, and one of her newest releases coming out very soon is on my most anticipated list, and I'm very excited for that one as well. But I do own 11 of her books, and I just love them, and I love that she writes in all age ranges. So she writes middle grade, she writes young adult, and her newest one coming out soon is an adult book. And I just love that there is that spectrum there and that she can play around and do different things. And yeah, I love her books and I love her writing, and I will 100% be happy to pick up anything that she writes. And then the last one that I own 11 books from is Neal Shusterman. And I absolutely loved the Scythe trilogy from him. And I have quite a few things. So I have the Unwind series by him. I have Challenger Deep. That was a gift from Christmas Book Exchange. And I have Game Changer that I'm really interested in. So I have a plethora. And he's another one that kind of writes differently. So Scythe was kind of a utopian, I don't want to say dystopian, it's more of a utopian type thing, which was really, really good and had such a great concept. And then Unwind is definitely like human experimentation type things. Game Changer is like football and brain damage that comes with that and kind of that type of realm. And so he writes a little bit differently as well. And he plays around with different things. And I like that. Okay, the next number is 13. So I have two authors that I own 13 books from. One of them is Colleen Hoover. One of my favorites. I love her. I'm one of those people. It's fine. I own almost every book that she has written. Not quite all of them. I don't have Slammed and also haven't read it. And I don't have the one that she wrote with Taryn Fisher, which is called Never Never. I don't have that one, but everything else I have. And I haven't read absolutely everything. I still have a few to go, but I have read majority of what she has written. And I love them. I end up loving them. Do I see the problems? Yes. Do I care? No, I don't care. I love them. They are entertaining to me and I just take them for what they are. And I think they're great. The other one that I own 13 from is Cassandra Clare. This might be a surprise. I don't talk about Cassandra Clare or her books very often on this channel. Here's the thing. I got the Mortal Instruments series, the first original 6 books, from my husband for Christmas one year. He gave me the UK covers that were so gorgeous. They're different colors. They are beautiful. And I wanted them. And he got them for me for Christmas. I read the first 3 and haven't picked them up since. And I also did read the first book in The Infernal Devices, which is the second trilogy after that. I did read that one as well. And I've just started collecting them. And I've started collecting them because I was just really convinced I was going to go all in on this world and this series and everything. And I keep hearing that they get better and better and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm ready to go and I'm getting the novellas and like, I have 13 books of hers and I've read 3. I stopped collecting them because I want to wait until I actually start picking them up again and start reading them and seeing, do I actually like this or not? Because I'm not 100% sure yet. So we'll see. The jury's out on that one still, but I own 13. Yeah. Okay, the next number is 16, and that is my queen, Sarah J Maas. There's no doubt that I love her books. No doubt. And I have everything she's written. So I have them all. Have I read them all yet? No, but that is a goal of mine this year, is to read her down to 0. I only have 3 more to go. I only have 3 more. So that's definitely very, very doable for me for the rest of this year. And I've already read one this year, and it's my current favorite book of the year so far, the first book in the Crescent City series. And I definitely plan to read her down to 0. And her next release will be coming out in January of 2024, and I will be ordering it and buying it. I'll probably get it from work. But yeah, so I will definitely be getting that one too. But I love her books. They are so creative. They keep me engaged. They are just... She continues to shock me, which I really like. I can never really predict where she's going to take something, and I love that. I love that. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of a jump here and go up to 21. So this author I own 21 books from. Another queen of mine, Karin Slaughter. Here's why. I went and met her when she did her tour for her latest release, Girl Forgotten, and I got to go see her speak at a library. I got my book signed. It was amazing. She was awesome. After hearing her talk about the things and the series and all the stuffs, I went on a binge and I ordered every single book that she's written that I didn't already have, which was basically it was mainly the Will Trent series that I still needed. I think I had all of her standalones already, and I had the Grant County series. I needed to get the Will Trent series, and I didn't have those yet. And that's like 10 books long, I think. And another one's coming. So I went on a complete binge with that one. So yeah, but I have everything she's written. I'm nowhere near like reading everything she's written yet. I'll get there. I will definitely get there eventually. But yeah, but she has definitely written some of my favorites, and Pretty Girls is one of my favorite books of all time. And yeah, I just love her. Okay, last but most definitely not least, this is probably not going to be a surprise. I own 27 of this author's books. So this is definitely the most owned author on my shelves. It's probably the most owned author on a lot of people's shelves because he's one of the most prolific authors on the planet, and that is Mr. Stephen King. I own 27 Stephen King books. I have not read anywhere near 27, and he has not written anywhere near 27. He's written much more. There's a lot of books of his that I don't own, like a lot, but I own 27 of them. That's how prolific this man is. But I have pretty much loved everything I've read of his so far. The only one I didn't care for was Gerald's Game. That's the only one I haven't cared for so far. But all the rest of them have been 4 or 5 stars that I've read. So I've read less than 10. I can say that. I'd have to really think about and do the math, but I know I've read less than 10. Yeah, but I own a lot because I just know that he's an author I want to go all in on and possibly read everything he's ever written. That could be a goal of mine, like a lifetime goal, nothing soonish, lifetime. But yeah, he's definitely the most owned on my shelves. Like, it wasn't even a question. Okay, guys, that is it. I just wanted to share some of the authors that I own the most from. Who are some of your authors? Do you know off the top of your head, or would you have to really look into it and take a look at your shelves and see? Do you have any authors that you want to read everything that they write? Let me know that for sure. Who is an author that you want to be 100% on their works? I would love to know that. And I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.